Hello, welcome back to another segment in excerpts from A Spiritual Ascension. So a while back, I had done, I think, two videos on the twin flame um, phenomenon. I don't know what you want to call it, um, and kind of what my take was on that. And I have to say that I know that's part of my journey, and it's one that's super complicated. So I didn't want to try to give too much information on it because I still feel like I'm going through that journey. And there are those who I had thought were, um, I should say, a particular person who I thought was my twin flame. And I do still think that there was a deep soul connection with that person. But whatever past lives that him and I had spent together and whatever um, was supposed to entail um, during this lifetime, I believe that most of it was not only on his part to go through some kind of transformation, but also transformation on my part as it was kind of a push to move forward. And I held on to that relationship for a long time, thinking that, okay, this has to be that twin flame, my other half. Um, that sooner or later he'll wake up and come, realize that this connection is supposed to happen. And it didn't. So that's why, as I said in previous videos, I think the wording of twin flame has kind of become too um, mainstream, and it's kind of taken that whoever someone meets, oh, this must be, my twin flame, and oh, we're so much alike, and we were meant to be, and so forth and so on. And actually, your twin flame is going to be a whole lot different from you than your regular type. So understanding now more about this. That's why I don't want to completely give my full explanation of what I think this is because I still feel like I'm going through this journey. And the reason why I'm here and doing these videos is it's like I'm being used as like a scapegoat. Not scapegoat, I shouldn't say, guinea pig, right? Guinea pig to go through things so that I can give you my experience. So if you've been following along with my 5-year ascension journey, I'm giving my whole entire story as far as what I went through during that time, and that many of you will also be going through that or are currently going through that same kind of journey, um, and how intense it is. But believe me, there is another side. It your the time that you spend on your journey will probably be different. Mine was exactly 5 years, almost to the day. Um, and now I'm on the other side of that. So it's like the universe has asked me to give my story so that those now coming along can help them to understand what currently they're going through. Anyway, getting back to twin flame. So now I'm kind of in this relationship who I'm recognizing that this person is someone significantly. I don't want to call him my twin flame at this point, but I know it's someone who is quite significant and could possibly be that person. One of the aspects of a twin flame union is this runner chaser type of thing. And because I've gone through my ascension journey, I know that I don't have to chase anything, which probably in the past I probably did. You understand that on the other side, you attract everything to you. And just by your very presence, your light, your being, um, because of the things that you've gone through on your journey, you're now in this position of only attracting good things towards you. So anything that is um, not for your highest good, for your best interests, that is of negative energy, is going to leave you, or you'll know that you need to remove it from your life because it no longer fits with your light. It's like kind of having a clean floor and then taking a pile of dirt and just kind of, you know, putting it in the middle of that clean, shiny floor. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't sit right. It's just it, you can't have it, right? You need that cleanness always. So anything that comes into your life, you'll know that it does not feel right. It doesn't belong there, and you'll know even as hard as it is, because this person may you may have fallen in love with this person. This person may mean a lot to you. You may have a lot of good times with this person. But if something within them is showing any kind of darkness, it's going to conflict with your light. And you know that that has to be taken out for that time. Understanding also that you're a mirror for other people. So when they look at you, your light is reflected back to them, and it's going to shine onto whatever aspect that they need to work on. So I've come to this understanding about, um, so let me back up. Another thing that you'll understand going through your journey is um, having becoming so well adept to emotional intelligence. You'll know how to work with people, and that's what your main goal is to help others. So one of the first people that is going to be placed before you is probably this other person, and they're not going to be fully healed, and your light to them is going to mirror the aspects of the shadow work that they need to do on themselves. And part of that is that many of these ones are what is called like emotional avoidance, that they may have something deep within them from their childhood where they never felt safe expressing their emotions. So their relationships in their adulthood were always ones that they felt they never needed to um, give emotions. Like they would give emotions, but how to explain this properly. Let me just say there's a lot of videos on, because I needed to kind of understand this, and I kind of read up on it too. But there's a lot of videos about avoidance, emotional avoidance, that people that try to avoid having those emotional connections because they don't feel safe. So even though they may be attracted to someone, they're never going to give them their full emotions. And that person, the other person will always be the chaser after the chaser of the avoidant. So the avoidant feels like they never have to chase. In other words, that they're always the one that is going to run away from the relationship because when their emotions become too strong, they can't deal with them. Okay. Anyway, long story short, I just wanted to give you kind of an update of where I am as far as my own relationship and understanding more about whatever this may be, this twin flame thing. But even without that, putting that aside, that whoever you come across that may have those tendencies to avoid their emotions, and they need to feel secure and safe in order to express that type of thing. Okay. So I'm going to leave it there. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hopefully, I can do some more follow ups on this because I know it's a big interest with a lot of people. And if you would like to talk to me about your own journey or have a reading, there's a link below to book time with me. Also, I've done several courses on the ascension journey, ascension process, I should say. So there's a link also for that below. Okay, and I'll see you next time.